I'm going to tell you a little story, and it's very true. I experienced it. My grandmother experienced it in a huge way. One reason why I got into, well, it was a small, well, I didn't want to take 30 pills a day. She took a couple of handfuls of pills a day. She had everything. And she finally died of ALS. Um, she couldn't move, and she passed away in her sleep. But that was a point where I was taking 30 pills a day. Whether it was CoQ10, natural vitamin E. I got into more sophisticated things like MitoQ, and I never took quercetin, but I got it from Apple. I did eat a little bit of apples. Anyway, Dr. John Bergman tells this story, and I don't remember it all, but it's you'll see the path it leads. He said there was a doctor walking in the jungle, and that's not smart. But he saw a giraffe, so he walked up to the giraffe, and the giraffe was eating, and he says, "Can I take your blood pressure?" And the giraffe looked at him. I think a big bird, and he said, "Okay." So he took his blood pressure. And he said, he says, "Your blood pressure's high. We got to get you on a pill." And Draft said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, it's best for you." I said, "Okay." They gave him a pill. He came by the next week, and Draft wasn't up here. Had his head down here. And he looked, he was sad, but not, he wasn't depressed. And so the doctor told him, he said, "Well, look," said, we got geneticists that can design those trees to be this high." And the giraffe was happy. He didn't know what was causing it. So they brought the trees and planted them, and he was eating them. But I don't know, a few weeks later, a doctor came back by, and he said, "You don't look good." He said, "Well, I don't feel good." He says, "I'm not like the other giraffes. You know, that's the way people that take psych meds feel." Um, and he said, "Well, I got a pill for that." He said, "You'll feel good." So he gave him an antidepressant. And he came back later, and the giraffe felt good. And that was something else. But he told him, he says, "I got a pill for that." And, the giraffe thought about it, and he just didn't want that pill. Well, that's what happens. Medical drugs, they're based, 90% of them are based on herbs. God made herbs to have balancing factors. And these pharmaceuticals just take the one thing that does it. And so we don't get the health benefits through a pill that a herb or an herb extract would do. And we start on one pill, and it causes other problems. My grandmother wound up at least 30 pills. She had handfuls of pills, and it's costly too. It wasn't insurance like it was today. So don't become a giraffe. There are natural ways to heal of anything. I think sometimes, the pills are good to control something, but you have to find that, and there's plenty of that. I just read an article. There's 262,000 doctors worldwide that don't accept insurance because they heal. Integrative medicine is one, but I can't. HSI, that's it. Health Science Institute. Um, they're international. Got great doctors, Dr. Alan Spring. So sometimes your blood pressure is caused by blockage in arteries. Well, if it's not too bad, I had a friend of mine, she had her kidney blocked and her blood pressure was 250. It was up there. Um, but Tufts University used a study, 200 men, didn't change their diet, gave them 2 ounces, a shot glass of pomegranate juice every day for a year. They looked at their stenosis again, and it was 30% less on average. Now, if you go look for that study today, they replaced it with rat studies. Big Pharma don't want you to know this kind of stuff, but the National Institutes of Health did declare pomegranate a superfruit after that. You got goji juice, you got noni juice, mangosteen, acai. I cured multiple myeloma with those. I drank literally gallons. Most of it was goji, 4 gallons of goji and 2 gallons of noni and about a half gallon of mangosteen by Genesis. It was expensive. So, that's one way. If you got high blood pressure, I'd lowered mine. They took me off one pill. I called my doctor, emergency. I said, my blood pressure is like 96 over 59. And it had been 180 something. I struggled there was a period of time. What I did, I can't remember which doctor said it, but I took 100 milligrams of grapeseed extract and 300 milligrams of horse chestnut for 90 days. I didn't get the 90 days. I got 96 over 59 after about 2 months or so. It gives you new arteries, baby arteries. It's amazing stuff. And pomegranate will do the same thing for you too, but it will clean your arteries out. And there's other things too that will gut your arteries. Some things will do it in 30 days. EDTA, I took EDTA. I've never had blocked arteries. My arteries are clean as a whistle. But, EDTA treatments are very effective. They used them on the Navy after World War II, both the English and U.S., because these sailors have been working with lead paint. And they followed them for 30 or 40 years after that. And they were amazingly healthy. They didn't have the diseases other people had in the Army or in the general public. No cancers, no heart blockages, nothing. So, well, they might have had some, but the study said they were remarkably healthy. I was about, I said this before, I had 8 or 10 pills at one time. I'm off everything but metformin. And with Dr. Marlene Merritt's plan, I'm working out every day. I've worked 80 minutes today, pool aerobics. I've developed a special system, Zen aerobics. And when I get out of there, I'm just calm as the calmest sea you could ever imagine. But I've had a great workout. I discovered it, So look for natural ways. It's going to help you. It's going to cure you. Drugs never cured it. I've asked all my recent doctors, I said, have you ever cured anybody? Oh, we manage care. Well, I don't want to be managed, I want to be cured. And so I just gave up on doctors. I like them for acute care. If I'm in a car wreck or, something like that, or these muzzles run over me, whatever with a car, they can fix you up and they can save your life and you can move on. But for something daily to take the rest of my life, I never did like that concept, knowing the toxins that there are, and as I learn more, knowing that they cause other things like the giraffe. And you don't want to be like my grandmother. She was 70-something years old and taking 2 handfuls of pills a day. I felt sorry for her. I didn't know anything about medicine back then, but I knew I didn't want to be like that. So I hope you don't either. There are ways.